is LaDonna, and this is Happy Go Lowry's Creations. I know I'm on early, but young Sheldon is on tonight with, you know, after waiting all that time to see what happens, I got to see what happens. And we have a really early morning tomorrow. So we're doing a live a little bit earlier tonight, and I'm going to show you, we're going to take these dragonflies, I'm going to put them on the chalk suede, because then I'm going to put them on the big mirror. But I want them some three-dimensional, so that's why I got to do them before, so that we can see them all together. So we're going to get on here, go get this shared out, and hopefully it's going to behave tonight, because I am not going to be happy if not, because, you know, I'll just get a little crabby. And y'all don't want to see me crabby. Let me just tell you. Yeah. No, no, and no. You don't want to see me get crabby. So, we're going to get on here. Make sure that the volume is down on here. Hey, Nikki, how are you? So these go with the big dragonfly vines that I'm going to do on this big mirror. So I got to get the basics of these down, because then I got to cut them all out and everything, and it takes a little while to do. So I want to get these done first, and then we can go to town. I want to see how one of these will come up. I don't remember how much I fuzzed these. I could probably use a little bit more fuzzing. So last night we got a nice amount of snow, and I went out and shoveled just a little bit ago. I mean, I live in an apartment, and most of the time they come around and do it, but they don't sometimes do the little part, the sidewalk that leads up to the apartments. And okay, there's two men that live in this little part of the apartment, and I've never seen the one ever pick up the shovel. The other one does once in a while, but let me tell you, sometimes I think he's probably late 30s, maybe early 40s, and I'm in my 60s, and I'm out shoveling. I don't know if he doesn't realize that's part of his living here or what, but I thought, wow. So I am trying to place these as close as I can, so I'm not wasting too much of the chalk paper, which I think I'm going to have to turn these a little bit. See, this one is still not. Oh, they need a little bit more. So remember, the whole reason you fuzz is so that when you try and lift them off, that it does not damage your transfer nor your surface that you're working with. So we're going to do these on the opposite side so I can get them pretty dang close, I think. And then we'll go from there. Oops, this one's got a little hair on it. Imagine that. Swear. Okay, and then we'll get this last one, and then we can start putting some colors on here. Okay, so those have all been fuzzed. So now we're going to go, we're going to use, imagine that. We're going to do Oh, it has not melted here. We're going to do blues and purples, and of course, the metallics, because I love the metallics. So I think Shimmer Violet, Shimmer Very Perry, Duchess, Glacier, maybe the Shimmer Plum, the metallic, gold metallic, silver. Our kid is in Jerry Houston. What? And then the bubbly. We're going to see. So, hey, Karen, how are you? I would say we got between like maybe 4 to 6 inches. Yeah, so get me a few squeegees. And then, of course, I want the multi-tool, which I did not clean, but you can just scrape it right off. So there we go. I need this part for the body. Oh, a little skinny. Our kid is in Houston. I thought our kid was going to New Orleans. Wow, I really got off that track somehow. So we're going to start some of the wings. Y'all know how much I have issues with all the shimmers. Yeah, it smells so good. Good thing my sister's not watching yet. She just hates it when I sniff it. Not quite sure why, but she does. So these to cut around these are going to be a little bit of a pain in the rear. And then I want to go in and I want to watercolor some of them. And that's one of the reasons too I wanted to do these a little bit before the big project, is because I don't want to have to be trying to rush and get it all done to show you everything I want to do. So their wings, I'm going to do all the wings in this very shimmery color. The bodies will be all in silver and gold. And then I'm going to go back in and watercolor these all, because when you see this color on this white chalk suede, it's very light, and I want to be able to make sure that we see it. Oh, I'm pretty sure, Karen, that if we could have shipped it out, a lot of people would have been like, yeah, ship it, get it away. Your favorite bracelet, girly? Girly? Hi. So yeah, so when you pop on, tell me where you're from. I know Karen is from, she's down in the Atlanta area. Nikki is from up here area, so like the Anago area. And then we're going to do this other one, the dark one. So see, it doesn't take much at all to put their wings. And because it is the shimmer, this is what's nice, is that it'll give me enough time to work with them. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and use metallics. Okay, I need to talk to you later. I need to know what's going on. I think I've missed some information. I ordered my granddaughter's birthday present today. I asked her sister, I'm like, do you think your sister would love this? She's like, oh, she'll love it. Which I know means she'll love it too, because they still play together quite a bit. So I think that's nice, you know, they can play together. But I just wanted to make sure that You know, I lost my metallic gold, my other one. I can't find it. I don't know what the hell happened to it, but it disappeared. So, I think it was 3 years ago now, I painted a different dragonfly on my rear passenger window on the outside. And I've gone through the car wash a few times, and it is still there. So if you don't, scrub them, they will stay on. So watch how pretty these look. So we're going to get this first one off. I don't know how many I need to make. Because the thing is I'm cutting these out and I'm using these to go on the big mirror. Hey, LaDonna, how are you? Oh. Oh my God, I just realized, I think this is the first time my son has been on an airplane. I think it's the first time he's been on an airplane. Oh my God. Yeah, I think so, because Jason has been on an airplane and Dalton was always like, I need to go somewhere. I need to go somewhere. And so this is his chance to go. And they missed their direct. Oh my God. I can only imagine how much his anxiety was like high. See how this curled a little bit? That meant it needed to be fuzzed like maybe one more time. So I'm just going to move the transfers out of the way for right now. But I want you to see, do you see how light their wings are? That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, is so I can go back in there. Hey, it's me. And take a little bit of that shimmer and paint that on there. Because when you paint with the shimmer doesn't do quite like the other ones do. I'm looking for the right paintbrush. And it's just a little different. So sometimes it's almost better to paint with a regular one and not a shimmer, but I'm going to show you it with the shimmer as well. So, because yeah. So like this one, you can barely see this blue here. Like, whoa. Barely, barely, barely. So you can go in there, and normally we water them down. This one happens to be watered down just enough. And you can just go in there and just lightly paint over it, so that you don't have all that white space, because I don't want all that white. So now I'll show you. Look at the difference in the wings painted with the wings not painted. So I love this. It's just a lot of fun to be able to go back in and play and that. So if you get your brush pretty wet, you can go in, and because shimmer, with the shimmer, you just don't want it too watered down. And then you can just lightly go in there and just put a light coat on there. So like on this one here, like, can you see how really light that wing is? Some of them, that's all I want, is that super light, right? Oh, they're carved into your walking stick. Jason's had his good days and bad days. We think we found out why he was sleeping so much. They put him on a new med. And yeah, that med just put him out like a light. So now we're going to see how it works. And we're going to go from there. But dialysis is going good. We're waiting to talk to a person to get him on the wait list for a transplant. But yeah, I just, so I tried to reach my kid. That would explain why I couldn't reach him before, is because I wanted to know that if I mailed a gift to them, would there be anyone at their house? And he said, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. I just want to make sure because, you know, I don't want to be the crazy, overprotective mom and be like, hey, what's going on? And, you know, which we all know that I'm that way anyways, but, you know. So now if I wanted to, I could go back and do like silver on top of these wings. And it would, once they're all dried, it would just add another layer. Nice little layer of dimension to them. So we'll have to see. My problem is trying to remember to talk to you guys so that I don't stick up my tongue while I am painting. Because, you know, I don't want y'all to see that. But it's nice that you don't have to get any other paint to be able to do these. You can just use our chalk paste. This just happens to be the shimmer, so yeah. I'm excited to watch Young Sheldon tonight. I've watched The Big Bang forever, and then I started watching Young Sheldon. And then this is the last season of Young Sheldon, which makes me so sad. But it is what it is. Okay, now look at the difference. I'll show you these. Hang on a sec. Do you see? Oops, sorry. Let me get them. See how pretty they are? So what I'm going to do is I'm using this transfer and I'm going to put it on the big mirror. And then I'm going to cut these out and I'm going to fold their wings a little bit so that their wings have dimension in them. Oh, I'm really glad I didn't bother him, that I went and bothered my granddaughter instead. So do you see here how it's dimensional? That's what I want for the dragonflies. I want them to pop. Lord, I'm glad that he's got a good wife and stuff, because I'm telling you, I could see that being really rough then for him. Yeah, I will not be pestering him at all. Oh my God. Like, my son has a good heart and everything, but don't mess with him. You always want my son as your best friend and not your enemy at all. And if you screw with him, you're going to make him your enemy. So, okay, so I'm going to show you this now. Covering that silver on top. Can you see how that just made it pop a little bit? So that's what I wanted to do. And then I'll show you on one of these other ones. So when I cut these, oh, that is so sad. When I put this dragonfly, I'll put it down, chalk it onto the mirror surface so that when I put this one down on top of it, it'll give it dimension. So I could just either cut the wings out and I could try and color on the back as well so that it'll reflect in the mirror. Ooh, I think I need to be praying for my son tonight. Because, yeah. So this is going to give this project a whole bunch of dimension. Only problem is I have no clue where I'm going to put this project when it's done. So I'm hoping I can sell it because I have no clue where to put this stuff. My apartment is getting overrun by chalk couture, and I need to get into a craft show, I think, and get some of this stuff sold. So just wanted to show you how the chalk suede is heavier and different than a watercolor paper. So when you cut it, it really does hold its shape really well. So let me tell you, it's hard for me to cut this stuff because I normally would wear my other glasses, but if I wear those, then I can't see the screens. So see, now watch. You can bend this very easily and they'll hold their shape really nice. Oh, hi. Your favorite, Breelyn? Breelyn? Is it Breelyn? So I want to show you that. See how time consuming this is? This is why I did not want to do it at the same night that I was trying to do the other big project, because I have to do the dragonflies on there and then do them here. So see, now I'm going to flip this over and I'm just going to take the paintbrush and I'm going to look at what color I did. And I'm just going to go in here and paint over it so that when it's reflecting in the mirror, that it'll have a little bit of color. Well, hey, Kayla, how are you doing? Kayla. I think about you every now and then, Kayla. Kayla used to be one of our neighbors, and she used to actually come over to play basically referee with my boys when I would have to work. Not that they needed a babysitter, so to speak. They just needed a referee. So this is chalk suede. So if you've never seen chalk couture, it is basically silk screen, and then chalk suede is chalk couture's own paper that they have. So you can see like this. I remember you on from the other night, Bon Bon. Okay, so this is what it's going on, but it's got a frame that goes around it. So when you have these on here, it's going to reflect into here. So it's going to give a lot of dimension. And that's what I want. And that's why this has to be done in stages, because to try and do all this in one night would be like a 2-hour live, and some people just don't have 2 hours to sit around and watch. So yeah, so I'm going to just kind of rough cut around these so that I have the shape of the